For all the best in trance and progressive.
Are you guys ready for a state of trance? Put your hands in the air, come on!
Celebrating the best new music from around the world. This is a State of Trance.
What's up, Amsterdam? A big show for you this week. Coming up, new music from Avira and Miss Monique, Cosmic Gate, Daxon with Sue McLaren, and my new single with Xoro. And in hour number 2, a full takeover by Trance Wax, all about his new album, Open Up the Night. And he brought some big classics as well. But let's start off the show with 10 Steps. He's about to release his very first album called Infinite on Find Your Harmony. And this is his team up with Linny. Broken Ones.
Living in a secret garden, Every single sunset's violent. Not alone in land that's empty. You're the sound that I need only. Every single sunset's violent. Our love's so silent. Into your eyes, I'm crawling into your mind. I'm falling subterranean. Feels like everything, and where you at, that's where I begin. Subterranean. Feels like everything, and where you at, that's where I begin. Subterranean.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Cosmic Gate,
and you're listening to our new single on the State of Trance.
Our favorite deeper track of the week. This is the Progressive Pick.
The truth, often it's hard to find. The truth, sometimes it leaves you blind. The truth, it brings you to the light. The truth, showing you wrong from right.
Can't sleep tonight, I'm dreaming about you. You make me alive, so I can't live without you. You take my pain, you take my pain away. I can't be myself, I'm no good at loving, so don't ask me why. I always need something to take my pain.
Hey guys, this is Mike and you're listening to my new track on the State of Trance.
Favorite tracks from the On the Beach disc of A State of Trance 2023 Ibiza. It's finally coming out as a single as well. Push and Crash Guard, I Want to Tell You. And before that, a new talent on the State of Trance label, Dino Martin, Gambit, and the 2002 classic by Cosmic Gate called The Truth, reworked by popular demand of their own fans. It's a world premiere on the State of Trance. Welcome, welcome, dear friends. It's episode 1142 of your weekly update on the latest and best in trance and progressive. I'm Armin van Buuren, in the studio with Nina and Ruben and a lot of amazing people. Hey. Just came back from an amazing weekend in India. Did 4 shows there. Big shout out to all the amazing fans that came out to these shows. It was so great to be back in the country. And what an amazing love for trance music over there. Next week, Thursday, the 19th of October, we are back with an annual extended Amsterdam Dance Event special, a broadcast live from this radio studio. And this year we're going to be bigger than ever. Coming to you live from 12 o'clock Central European time in the afternoon with a 10-hour non-stop broadcast with a lot of surprises for you. Ruben has been working hard behind the scenes to get some really cool names. Ruben,
yeah,
who have we...
hard on this for the last couple of weeks, Nina and myself. So 8Ks, Will Atkinson, Hilo, Miss Monique and Enraya are just some of the names that will be joining us. I think we have over 24 artists that will be here in the studio for a 10-hour broadcast.
That's amazing. That's a very expensive lineup, my friend.
It is. yeah.
And next week is going to be very special because we're also going to announce the first names for the State of Trance Festival on the 23rd and 24th of February in Rotterdam next year. We still have a limited amount of spots left here in the studio, and all you need to do is write up to the link ffm.to/ASOTADE.
It's better to just join the Discord. There's an announcement channel over there. So discord.gg/Armin van Buuren. Just click the link over there and you can enter the raffle to be here in the studio during Amsterdam Dance Event.
And join the Sweatbox.
Yes.
So much going on. If you have any plans to visit Amsterdam or the Netherlands in general, the Amsterdam Dance Event is always the best
buzzing
time.
Already, it's amazing.
And it's buzzing. So we have a lot of special guests and we'll be live on YouTube for 10 hours straight. So that's going to be something you do not want to miss. So note it in your diary. Next week, October 19th, the Amsterdam Dance Event special. And we have a very, very big guest in hour number 2 this week. It's Mr. Transwax. He's going to play music from his new album. But first, something that I've been teasing in my live sets, and we actually got quite a few emails about it, didn't we, Nina?
Yes, we did. And actually, it was found in our ASOD inbox, the first demo of this track. So
I know.
So it pays off to send your demo to ASOD.
A lot of people ask me, like, who do you want to work with? And I find it sometimes a difficult question to answer because who doesn't want to work with Chris Martin? Who doesn't want to work with Beyonce?
The obvious ones, yeah.
But I always keep saying, like, it's all about the idea. It doesn't matter if you work with a big artist or a new one. Well, Xoro isn't exactly new. He already released some music with some artists. And we teamed up in the studio. I've been playing this track for quite a while. And finally, it's out. It's coming out in a few weeks. And here's the world premiere right here in the State of Trance. My track with Xoro and Yola Rekoba. God is in the sound waves.
Armin van Buuren's favorite record of this week's show. This is the tune of the week.
You've got control.
Hey guys, this is Alex Morph and you're listening to my new track here on A State of Trance.
Hey, this is David Forbes and this is my new track on A State of Trance.
You know it's going to be epic when the promo drops in your inbox with David Forbes. This one is out on his own label, Aria. I just played you Underground. Before that, Dutch Faith Mark teamed up with Alex Moore for a track called Magnificent. And Inertia, classic from 2005. It's John O'Callaghan and his current manager, Neil Scarborough. The Chamber in an updated remix by Greg Downey. You're listening to episode 1142 with a studio full of amazing people! And a big shout out, of course, to Nina. I think you're 1 year with us right now, aren't you?
Yes.
Unbelievable, time flies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I send you a little present, a little chocolate, just to thank you guys for having me here. I learn every day from you, so I'm really happy about that. Thank you.
You're listening to episode 1142. Big shout out to everybody currently in our Discord and of course our friends and fans on YouTube, Twitch, VK, Facebook. And let's have a quick look at all the emails that came in, Ruben.
Yes, Carl Johan Anderson from McLean, Virginia sends a birthday shout out to his daughter Linnea.
And Diego Montalvo from Spain sends a shout out to his friend Clara.
Jeff Fitcher in Davenport, Iowa says hi to his parents Cici and Walt.
And Jakub from Brwino in Poland sends his love to his wife Marta.
Elliot Howard greets his friend Simon Dudaric and wishes him a happy birthday.
And Ivan Grigic from Switzerland sends a shout out to his best friend Jakub Kovic for his 30th birthday.
And the last one, a special shout out to Evan Griffiths from Edmonton, Canada, who ran half a marathon last weekend. He always listens to a State of Trance during his practices.
Yeah, and this week I want to highlight an email by Gerard de Lange from The Hague, who sends a shout out to his friend Johan. They went clubbing in the house scene from the very beginning of its existence here in the Netherlands, but they can't anymore as Johan is currently battling cancer. Oof. So we are sending a lot of love and strength from our studio to you, Johan.
Keep sending your messages, your shouts, your requests, service for dreamers, or anything you want to share with us. Go straight to the desk here in Amsterdam, armin@astateoftrance.com. Stay tuned for our special guest this week. Trance Wax is taking over hour number 2 to showcase music from his brilliant new album. And of course, Service for Dreamers is standing by. But first, a brilliant new track from Daxon and Sue McLaren, In the Darkness.
Everything feels lost to the fear inside. When the light seems ever far, no matter how you try. And all we long to hear is a quiet mind. There's no shame to realize you're hurting. It's okay to find a place to rest a while. Into the night, it's safe to surrender. Seek and you'll find. Seek and you'll find.
Hey, this is Daxon. This is my new tune on A State of Trance.
All we have to do is close our eyes. In the darkest moment comes light. In the darkness, in the darkness, in the darkness.
Incredible track, David Buck and Eternal Waves, United World. Amsterdam, how we feeling? Who's ready to up the tempo right here, right now?
I got all the lights on me, blinded I can barely see. No, that's where I wanna be, riding next to you in this crowded room. I don't wanna lose it tonight, lose it tonight, lose this feeling. I don't wanna know what it's like, know what it's like to lose this
As Monty Python used to say, and now for something completely different.
This music can take you to another world. We want to hear why a track means so much to you. Here is this week's Service for Dreamers.
That was the Dimension remix of my track Lose This Feeling at 174 BPM.
Yeah, it went off in Ibiza when you played it.
Yeah, I know.
People went all crazy. My friend told me, oh my god, it's breakbeat!
Well, what I love about these times is that, you know, all DJs are playing all kinds of BPMs, and don't worry, we will stick to 138 most of the times. But, you know, if you eat salad every day, sometimes you may want to eat.
I don't mind. I like it.
Okay, there we go. Let me know what you think of this track, Armin at thestateoftrance.com. We are joined for the Service for Dreamers this week from Peter Kremers from the Netherlands, and you brought your little one who's walking around here as well.
I brought them both.
You brought them both?
I guess they're a little tired. Ivy, do you want to join in?
No,
he doesn't want to join in, and that's fine.
Well, welcome to the studio.
You.
Tell me, why do I have to play this track for you?
Well, 14 years ago, I moved to the US for work, and in my very first weekend in the US, I I saw that you were playing in a tiny little club called Club Fur in Washington, D.C.
Oh, yeah.
So I went there by myself. All by myself. And then I was just dancing, having a good time. And then I saw a beautiful lady standing in front of me.
Oh.
And well, let's keep the story short. We're 14 years later. Dalia moved to the Netherlands 10 years ago.
Hello, Dalia. Hello. Wow. So you met at my show in Fur in Washington, D.C.
We met at your show at Club Fur in Washington, D.C. And well, skip forward 14 years later, 2 beautiful girls married. And yeah, these girls would have not been here if it wasn't for you playing at Club Fur at night.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. What a great... Why specifically this track?
Well, as the lyrics say, home is where you are. And especially for us, where we always had to travel to see each other, it always stuck to us. It was from that era. And yeah, like I said, the lyrics, home is where you are. Well, and that really...
And here it is, especially for you.
Thank you.
People poured their concrete floors and built their churches and their walls and painted pictures of their hopes and fears on them. A single look, a tiny touch can change the system. It's enough, and I can see it all in you, love, when your eyes explode with light, explode with light. I'm covered in your light. Fashioned streets out of the rock and struck up statues to their gods and hung out flags on every corner they made. We are charged, spoiling to go. You bring me back to where I'm from. A billion molecules all lined up, and our hearts are pulsing with light, pulsing with light. We're pulsing with light. My home is where you are. In every beat, we're closer. My home is where you are. In every beat, we're closer.
Such a big classic. Paul van Dijk's Home, remixed by Cosmic Gate and requested by Peter Kremers from the Netherlands. He met his, I guess wife.
Yeah, his wife.
Yeah, his wife.
At a show in Washington, D.C. when I played at Fur a long time ago. And amazing.
Some proper Armin Cupid action right there.
Thank you for your request and everything, Peter. If you want to come out to the studio, share your most meaningful track with us, Armin at stateoftrance.com. We'd always love to see you here. Stay tuned for hour number 2. Coming up, Mr. Transwax.
Right now, we are in the middle of the new home of a State of Trance. This is Ahoy, Rotterdam. The city of Rotterdam, it's my hometown. I've been, born, raised here. I spent my youth here. I've seen the city go from a very rough sort of city to definitely a more cosmopolitan feel and look. It's a very important place where my whole career kicked off. In my elderly home, I had the attic as my bedroom. That's where I made my first productions that, quite often I still play today, and people still have the same response to them. It's amazing. So after the first productions and the first records and the first releases and stuff, all of a sudden press shots were needed. There was this area, it's like a lake, and there's this massive sort of concrete construction art piece in the middle. Fast forward a few years, we're at the Nieuwe Binnenweg, which at the time was sort of like really the ground zero epicenter of Rotterdam clubbing. Some of the big famous clubs at the time were all around there, but also all the record stores were lined up there. So we were all hanging out at one of the stores. Rank 1 was there, Tiesto was working there behind the counter. So at some point, with my own record label, we needed an office, and in the office I built my first real studio. Many big productions have been produced there, notably Brute that I did with Armin together, just goofing around and creating Brute. We're back at Ahoy, Rotterdam, where I performed before during Full On Ferry. Can't wait to be back here and see everyone February the 23rd for a State of Trance.
Stay tuned for more A State of Trance with Ruben Durant.
Welcome back to hour number 2, and we welcome a man that scored 2 Tune of the Week titles in a row last month with the tracks taken from his new album Open Up the Night. The tracks were Ascent and Artificial Intelligence, and I quote him in a recent interview, "I just said what I think trance is in an album." That's what it is, right? Welcome Gary, aka Transwax. How you doing, man?
Hi Ruben, thanks for having me.
Good to have you. Such an amazing album, man. I have to say
Thank
it.
you.
I'm just not saying that because you're here. I think it's just a fantastic work of art. It got released 2 weeks ago. Can you tell us a little bit how it came about?
Yeah, well, I think it was a natural progression from the first album, which was more of chilled out, more like a lockdown type of breaky thing. This album, more club based, something I would see as like what I would play in a set, but my own productions. So maybe just trying to prove to myself I can make club music.
Yeah.
Because I think everyone was in limbo for a bit.
Yeah.
And now everyone's back in clubs at festivals. I just want to sort of portray.
So the first album was more like listening to at home, chilling, and this is really a club record.
Yeah, I think the first one was me listening to too much chicane, which isn't a bad
There's
thing.
never too much chicane, to be honest. Hey, you're from Northern Ireland, and I feel that up-tempo over there, also in the UK, definitely Donk and Eurodance is really having a sort of explosion or revive over there. How do you experience this yourself as playing your shows over there?
Yeah, the music's moving very fast. Again, I think the past few years, everyone back in clubs and festivals. People are excited to be out. I think for me, Hard House was probably the closest thing to like Eurodance that I listened to. So you can definitely hear that. But yeah, the European sounds everywhere. Guys like DJ Heartstring and things like that are very exciting to watch. And I think you can see the crowd really getting into that type of music. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm just still linear on my 2000 era trance, and that will never leave.
Yeah. That's a good thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Please keep on doing that. And what about the title of the album, Open Up the Night? What does it mean? Like, how do you come up with that?
Again, it comes back to the making a club album.
Yeah.
I actually came from an idea in Dublin where they're sort of running out of space to put nightclubs in.
Yeah.
It's called Open the Night. It's like a sort of a group trying to get nightclubs back and we stop cities just being about residential and like hotels. So I actually got it from that. I think it's a great it's a great idea to think about. Let's open up the night. Let's enjoy club music again. So yeah, that's a scene, and it's also the name of the first track.
I love it. All right, let's have the music do the talking right now. 1 hour, a full takeover this week for the release of his album Open Up Tonight. This is Transwax. Take the wheel.
Eternity.
Release yourself.
Trance.
The feeling of nostalgia. He just released his brand new album Open Up Tonight and he's here to celebrate that. In a mix of full hour of trance wax.
your journey. Always stay connected to your journey. Your journey. Always stay connected to your journey.
stations around the world. This is a State of Trance.
I dream about things way beyond this atmosphere. atmosphere.
Feels like I stepped into a time machine or something like that. There you have it. The guest mix of Transwax. Hey! Thank you so much, man. Open Up the Night. The album is already out 2 weeks ago. And a lot of people actually know you from being Ejeka. How do you pronounce it in the right way?
Whatever you like. I hear about 10 different versions. Ejeka. I suppose the Dutch would have a different J in it, but Ejeka is the Irish pronunciation.
I love it. How do you find the balance between the projects of Ejeka and Transwax?
Yeah, well, I do get asked this a lot, and I think I sort of take reference again to like the old trance guys where you have more than one alias.
True,
and like sometimes the music gets a bit muddled, and to split it up doesn't confuse people as much. So that was the idea. I think I started this like 7-8 years ago, and then trance wasn't really played out in the UK as much. I know now it is, but back then I had to differentiate it a bit. So it was faster tempo.
And back in the days, you were pressing those vinyls. They go for crazy amounts right now on collector sites.
Yeah.
I know that you're a vinyl lover like myself. Is the album going to be released on a vinyl as well?
Yes, we're doing a press of the vinyl. That should be out not long after the digital. If you just check online usual stores, just Juno, HMV, all that type of stuff, that'll be on there.
I'll make sure to check it out. Hey, there's a big tour coming up as well to celebrate the release of Open Up the Night this weekend. You're playing in Bristol and in Edinburgh on Saturday.
Yeah.
Where else are you going to?
Yeah, well, it's basically starting in the UK, moving into Europe, and then finishing in Australia in December. So yeah, I think 14 dates. I think the crowds differ from like 150 up to like 1,000 people. So yeah, it's just a fast mix. I'm still a club DJ at heart. And winter time's always a bit of love, getting right intimate with people as opposed to stepping back too much and
opening up the night.
Indeed.
Thank you once again for dropping by. Thank you for such an amazing album. And make sure to drop by soon again for another guest mix. We'd love to see you again. Next week, don't forget it. We will be live from 12 in the afternoon for an extended live broadcast. 10 hours, non-stop guest mixes here for Amsterdam Dance Event. Check the socials for more information. Otherwise, I'll catch you next week for a new State of Trance. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in. For more info and tunes, check astateoftrance.com.